Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope it was a fun, long weekend. Probably a little bit different to most of the Easters that we've had in the past, but I'm hoping that you all found a little bit of joy and some chocolate and Easter cheer. So today we are setting up for yoga strength, and we're going to need a few props. Not need, but suggested props to help enhance the practice. So I've got like a scarf that I'm going to roll up and use like a blanket. So if you've got something like a towel or a blanket handy that you can use, would be good. I've also got a strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can just use your towel or your blanket instead. It doesn't need to be a proper yoga strap. And I've got 2 blocks. Again, not necessary, just nice to have in case you need to help you with some of the poses we're going to get into today. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the blanket. And I'm going to get you to roll it up nice and long. So take it on a long setting. And roll it, roll it, roll it. You kind of want to have like a really thick sausage-like shape with your blanket. Lay it across the mat and then come onto your back and lay down onto your blanket. I want the blanket to find like the bottom of the shoulder blades, kind of like where the bottom of the bra strap would be for the ladies out there. All right, so coming down, and then let your head rest back. Turn the palms beside you, feet faced out. Okay, you can just experiment here if this feels okay. If you want to bring your hands above your head, that can feel pretty nice too. Just moving around and finding a relatively comfortable position, and we're just trying to open up really lightly through the shoulders. And if you haven't already, please close down your eyes. Together we can take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And now you can turn to your Ujjayi breath. So in through the nose. Out through the nose. And just find a few moments of relaxed stillness before we really start to move our bodies. We're going to stay here for 7 more full rounds of breath. So every time that you exhale, count back from 7. The next time you exhale, you count 6. And so on, counting all the way down, counting the exhales until you reach 0. Beautiful, yogis. When you've reached your 7th breath, you can really gently roll to one side. Lift your body up and gently just remove the prop, whatever that is, your blanket or your towel. Move it off to the side. Come back down to your back and squeeze your knees in towards the chest. Here you can squeeze and you can just gently rock side to side. You would make little circles with the base of the spine. And then if it feels good, you can take your circles in the other direction. And then drawing the knees through center. From here, you can reach your left leg out nice and long. Inhale to draw the knee closer towards the chest, the right knee, and then as you exhale, send the right knee over the left side of the body. Come into a lay down supine twist. Right arm can extend, gaze can reach over towards the right hand. One more full cycle of breath here. And then let your inhale draw both knees up through center. This side you hold your left knee, extend your right leg long. Inhale, draw the left knee in. And then as you exhale, send the left knee over the right side of the body. Reach the left arm out beside you. Chin and gaze could go towards the left shoulder. One more full cycle of breath. Then inhale, draw the left knee through center. Keep the left knee in a tabletop position and bring the right knee to meet the left knee. Both knees in a tabletop. So the knees are above the hips and there's almost like a right angle. So the shin is parallel to the mat. From here, you're going to take your right hand to your right trapeze, left hand to the left trapeze. And as you inhale, you reach both elbows up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, reach the elbows to the left knee, extend the right leg long. So you inhale, you come back through center, draw the right knee up to meet the left. And exhale to the other side, elbows reach the outside of the right knee, left leg extends. Inhale, come back through center. Let's continue to flow through these yogi bicycles. Exhale to the left knee, right leg extends. In through center. Exhale to the other side. Okay, continue to flow with the breath. So the in is through the center. The exhale lets you twist to the knee. And I want you to make sure that your elbow is reaching towards your knee, not your knee towards your elbow. So your knees don't come before the hips. Lift up on the inhale, exhale to twist. We're going to take 3 more on each side. Feeling the heat rise in the core. This is why we're here. Beautiful. 2 more on each side. Stay with me. Last time, last side. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale through center. You can release the shoulders down, release the hands, and take the hands over the knees. Just start to rock up and down the spine. As you rock up, can you find a little balance? One more time to rock up. We're going to come all the way onto the hands and knees and find a table pose. Okay. I'll face you for this because it will be easier. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders, and as you inhale, I want you to draw the shoulders forward in front of the hands, so you start to come forward onto the wrists. And then as you exhale, reach all the way back, shoulders sink back towards the heels. Okay, so what we're doing here is inhale, reaching forward and starting to find that limit where you can't press forward anymore, the maximum, and then reach back. Warming up through the wrist 2 more times. One more time, forward and back. Okay, draw the shoulders on top of the wrists now, and then you can take your right hand and turn it the other way. So I want your index finger pointing towards your knee. Press your palm all the way down onto the mat. See if this feels okay. You can stay with one hand. If you've got more range, you can take the other hand back. So both index fingers point towards the knee. And we'll come towards the same rotation. So you inhale, reach the shoulders forward. And then exhale, sink the shoulders back. This time you'll feel a really strong opening through the forearms. Keep the palms pressed onto the mat. Beautiful. Just a couple more times. If you've only got one hand facing back, you can switch hands now. So turn the other hand back. And just taking this opportunity again to explore your limit. So you want to find your edge and just tweeter around the edge, just pushing it just there. Okay, one more time. Beautiful. Coming back through center, and you can just pick up your wrists and just shake them out. Just circulate. Okay. Coming back down onto the hands and knees. This time, turn the index fingers out nice and wide, and the shoulders, so the wrist can be a little bit wider than the shoulders. This time, you're going to draw your left shoulder towards your right inner elbow. And then come back through center. Take the right shoulder to the left inner elbow. Yeah, so maybe it doesn't touch, but you're just drawing it that direction. Rotating from side to side. Take one more on each side. Okay, beautiful. Coming back through center, finding your normal tabletop position, so wrists underneath hands, knees underneath hips. Here, I'm going to get you to practice a little shoulder push-up. So you're going to press into your hands and press the space between your shoulder blades, almost like you're pushing the top of the spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you sink, you draw your shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades. The chest kind of drops towards the mat. So this is the push-up. You press into your hands, press the space between the shoulder blades up, up, up. And then as you sink, you press your shoulder blades together, and we're just isolating through the shoulder girdle. Just take 2 or 3 more like this. Squeezing the shoulder blades together and then pressing them wide apart. One more full round. Beautiful. From here, you can sink back onto your heels and just release the wrists, release the shoulders. Okay. Make your way up to a standing position and take your strap or your towel, whatever you've got as your apparatus today. Stand with your feet hip distance apart and bring your hands wider than the shoulders. Okay, so maybe a few centimeters, maybe about 10 centimeters wider than the shoulders. Start with your knuckles around the top of the towel or the strap, and bring your strap to the front hip. As you inhale, lift the arms up and then send the arms all the way back and around. The strap goes behind you. And then you come the other way. You inhale, reach the strap up. And exhale, down. Okay, so we're going to flow through this a few more times, starting to really rotate fully in the shoulder. Okay. Can you do this and keep your ribs sucked in? So there's a difference between lifting up and letting my ribs pop out and up. If I actively suck my lower ribs in, I can reach up. sucking in the core, suck the ribs in and come back. The rotation is completely isolated to the shoulder. Okay, as you warm up, you might be able to bring your hands closer together. Just experiment. And be conscious of this point that you feel in your shoulders. You get to a point where you're like, oh, that's the edge. And then you break through it. What we can do in this practice of yoga is start to play with the limits. Like, prepare our bodies to become comfortable approaching the limit. Maybe the limit starts to extend. Just take one more full cycle like this. Okay, beautiful. You can release your strap. Come to stand at the top of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, send the arms up overhead. Connect your palms to your palms and exhale, send the thumbs down the zip line of the body. Draw the hands to the heart space. Tuck the chin. If you have an intention for your practice today, maybe even for your week ahead, bring that intention into your heart space now. And then together, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Release the hands. Gently open the eyes. And let's start to move. Inhale, send the arms up overhead. Exhale as you fold forward. Dive chest towards the thighs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Straight legs come up with a flat back. Exhale as you plant the palms. Step your right foot all the way back. Nice long step back. Right knee touches the mat. As you inhale, come up onto the tips of the fingers and draw the chest forward. And then as you exhale, plant the palms, send the left knee back to meet the right knee. Inhale, draw the shoulders forward. And exhale, lower the chest towards the mat. Inhale, reach up to your baby cobra. Extend the legs, activate through the thighs. And then exhale, curl the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Just one full breath here. Then inhale, right heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose, step the right foot forward, lower the left knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up, come to your low crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, float both hands either side of the front foot. Step the left foot in to meet the right, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, come up with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead, come to standing. Exhale, palms to palms, palms come down to the heart space. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, chest to knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale as you fold forward. This time the left leg steps all the way back. Lower the left knee down to the mat. Up on the tops of the fingertips. Inhale, draw the chest forward, open up through the chest. As you exhale, plant the palms, send the right knee back to meet the left knee. Inhale to draw the shoulders forward, and then exhale, lower down, chest, then the belly. Inhale to your baby cobra, lift the top part of the chest off the mat. And then exhale, curl the toes, send the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. One full breath here. And then inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale, both arms come up. Find your low crescent lunge. And then exhale, float the hands either side of the left foot. Step the right foot forward. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms to prayer. Okay, continuing to build some heat. Release the hands, bring the toes, big toes to touch and separate the heels slightly. Bend the knees, touch the mat with your fingertips. Keep your knees this low and inhale, reach up to your Utkatasana just for a breath. As you exhale, press the palms together, straighten through the legs and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, come up. Exhale as you plant the palms. Step back to your high plank. Inhale, draw the shoulders forward and flow through your vinyasa, lowering the knees for support or coming through your full chaturanga. Inhale to your baby cobra or up dog. Open through the chest, chest nice and wide. And then exhale, curl the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Okay, from here you inhale and raise the right heel towards the ceiling. As you exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. This time turn the left toes out 45 degrees and train track the feet slightly so that the right heel is a little bit wider. There's a gap between the front heel and the back heel. Use your inhale to reach up to find your warrior one. Palms press towards each other towards the ceiling. Bend through the right knee. Just hold here for 2 more full cycles of breath. Tuck the tailbone down so the left hip forward. Okay, on your next inhale, reach both fingertips nice and high. As you exhale, send the left hand, reach it out in front of you, in front of the right big toe. Step the right foot back and come into your side plank on your left hand. If this is too strong this morning, come down onto the left knee and use this for support. Otherwise, reach the hips up nice and high. On your next exhale, you'll come down onto your right forearm and then lift the left arm up nice and high, forearm plank on the right side. Again, if this is strong this morning, come down onto the base knee. Otherwise, keep the hips up high. Stay for 1 more breath. On your next exhale, bring both forearms down towards the mat. You're in a forearm plank now. Now listen up, we're going to do something a little bit different. I want you to start to walk your toes towards your elbows so your hips become nice and high. From here, you really bend into the knees. As you inhale, you shoot forward and come up onto your palms, find a high plank. And then you can exhale down through your chaturanga. Okay, if that didn't make sense, you can take a seat and just take a look at the screen. I can show you, because we're going to do this a couple more times. We start in a forearm plank. Hips low, shoulders in front of the elbows. You start to tiptoe the feet towards the elbows like you're coming into a dolphin style. From here, you bend the knees. And as you inhale, press into your hands and shoot your body forward, find your high plank. And then you can exhale down through your chaturanga. And then inhale to your up dog. Exhale to your downward dog. And just take a breath there. One more round of breath. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg nice and high. Exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose and step the left foot forward in between the hands. Turn the right toes out 45 degrees and set up for your warrior one stance. Inch the left foot towards the left if you need. Inhale, reach both arms up, find your warrior one. So you bend into the front knee, press into the outer edge of the right foot to send your right hip forward and tuck your tailbone down. Your arms reach up towards the ceiling. And this is a pose that embodies strength. Beautiful, yogis. Inhale, reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. This time as you exhale, your right arm reaches out in front. Bring it down onto the mat. It's in front of your right shoulder. You take the left foot back and come into your side plank on the right side. Reach the left arm up. Again, option to lower down onto the knees. We're not going to be here too long. Lift the hips high wherever you are. One more in-breath like this. And then on the exhale, you send your left elbow down. Come onto your left forearm and pivot so that you're in your forearm plank on the left side. Again, taking the variation that you need. Hips high, core on fire. One more inhale. And then exhale, come down to your forearm plank. Okay, so again, forearms are parallel, elbows underneath the shoulders, and hands in line with the elbows. Draw the shoulders forward, and then start to walk your feet towards your elbows. From here, you bend into the knees, and then use your inhale and your force to propel yourself forward into your high plank. And then exhale, flow through your chaturanga. Obviously an option to lower the knees if that's in your practice today. Inhale to your baby cobra or up dog. And exhale to your down dog. 3 breaths here. I know you're probably feeling really on fire already, and I'm going to ask you to stay in down dog instead of finding child's pose because we're building heat. I'm with you. Okay, take one more full round of breath. And then inhale, lift the heels, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees. And then step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms come to prayer. Okay, so that's our variation of Surya Namaskar B today, and we're going to flow through that full thing one more time. This time will be a little bit faster, so more like one breath, one movement. If your breath is a different pace to mine, please follow your own breath as your greatest teacher. Okay, so when you're ready, you can release your hands, bring your big toes to touch. On the inhale, you bend down, reach the fingertips towards the mat, and then lift the arms up, lift the chest, knees stay low, Utkatasana. On your exhale, you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine, come up with a long back. As you exhale, you plant the palms, step back to your high plank. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. From your downward dog, inhale, raise the right leg high. Exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose. Step the foot all the way up, inch it up as much as you need. Plant the left foot down 45 degrees. Let the inhale take you up to your warrior one. As you exhale, the left hand reaches out in front of the right big toe. Step back, find your side plank on the left arm. Inhale here. And then exhale, come onto your right forearm. Side plank, forearm on the right side. The inhale lifts the left arm high. Your exhale brings both forearms down. Find your forearm plank. From here, you walk your feet towards your elbows. You bend your knees, and then inhale really strong, come up to your high plank. Exhale, flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath here. And then inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, squeeze the left knee towards the nose, step the left foot all the way forward. Turn the right toes out 45 degrees and reach the arms up. Find your warrior one. Just a touch. As you exhale, your right hand reaches down in front of the left big toe, in front of the right shoulder, and step back into your side plank on your right hand. The next exhale, you take your left elbow down towards the mat, forearm plank on the left side. And then exhale, both forearms down, parallel the hands, parallel the elbows. Start to tiptoe your feet towards your shoulders. Bend the knees. On your next inhale, propel yourself forward, nice and strong. And then exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Exhale to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Here or child's pose. If your shoulders are on fire, which they very well could be, if you find a child's pose, you can bring your hands beside your heels. Just let them be a little heavy. If you're in your child's pose, start to make your way back to your downward dog. From your downward dog, you can inhale and lift the heels. Exhale, you can bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms to palms, in front of the heart space. You can close your eyes here, just pause for a moment. Keep the palms connected if that feels good, or you can release them beside you. And just take a moment to check in with your body right now. And after some really strong, fast movement, as soon as we stop, we want to brush the hair away or pull the clothes, adjust the clothes, wipe some sweat. But if you can find a moment of stillness after a movement like that, you can start to feel in your body a sensation of heat. And what we're doing through this strong asana is creating heat in the body. It's actually transforming the cells. So just notice your body now and notice what feels hot, what feels alive. Beautiful yogis, you can gently release the hands. You can gently open the eyes. And then find your strap or your towel, whatever you've got. You'll place your feet at the top of the mat again, hip distance apart. And this time you'll bring your yoga strap or your towel into your left hand. Your left hand. You reach the left hand behind the head, the left elbow goes towards the ceiling. The right hand reaches behind you, and at the height of the tailbone, find your towel or your strap. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean. My left hand is coming down the back of my spine and my right hand sits at my tailbone. My right hand is not going to come up. My right hand stays down. And if I want to go deeper, I can just gently pull the strap and draw the left hand further down the spine. Okay, so actively maintain this holding pattern with your hands. And then let's set up the feet. We're going to come into a warrior two stance with the right foot forward. So with a little bit of ease, pick up the left knee and send the left foot all the way back, like 1.5 meters, really long stance. The left toes are going to come out 45 degrees. The right toes keep pointing straight ahead. And with this bind in my arms, I can actively twist my shoulders and my hips towards the long edge of the mat. And then from here, I want to sink deeply into my right knee so that the right knee is coming above the right ankle. And at the same time, I'm going to track my right knee towards the pinky edge of the foot. So the difference between my knee like rolling in and being relaxed to pressing to the outer edge, the pinky edge of the foot, is very strong. So my legs are really working here, and at the same time, I'm going to take the strap in my right hand. My right hand doesn't creep up the back. It stays at the tailbone, and I'm just going to gently pull the strap so that I can open up through my left shoulder even more. We're going to stay here for 5 more full breaths, really strong. And if you feel like it's too strong, you want to tap out, please stay. And if you feel like you're relaxing into your right knee, please send it towards the pinky edge side of that right foot and activate through the whole left thigh. You should be on fire. Really fire. Gently pull the strap or your towel down with your right hand and then sink a little bit deeper into your right knee. We've got 3 more breaths. We have 2. We have 1. Okay, you can release the strap. So release the strap with your left hand and your right hand. And then you can send your arms out nice and long. Find your traditional warrior two pose. So the right arm reaches out in front, the left hand reaches behind. And from here you can flip the palm, reach forward, and then reverse your warrior. Lengthen through the right side body, just for a breath. As you exhale, take the right hand down to the outside of the right foot. You can reach for your block if that's handy. Start with your block up on the high setting. And I want you to feel like you can press your right knee into your right elbow. Left arm comes up overhead. Palm faces down. Left palm faces down. Okay, and then here I want you to actively draw your left shoulder back into the shoulder blade. So with your left shoulder pulled down into the shoulder blade, your right knee is above the right ankle, and your right knee is pressing in to your right elbow. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths, legs on fire. For 2 more breaths, your chin can gently turn up if that feels okay for your neck. And for 1 more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up. Straighten through the right knee and reverse your triangle. And then as you exhale, you can cartwheel the hands either side of the right foot. Step the right foot back to find your high plank. Optional vinyasa or downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath here. And then inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms to palms, palms to prayer. Release the hands. Again, you can reach for your strap. Come to stand at the top of the other end of the mat. And this time you bring your strap into your right hand. Bend the right elbow points towards the ceiling. The right hand comes behind the back of the head down towards the spine. Left hand reaches for the base of the strap. Remember, the left hand does not change. The left hand does not creep up. The left hand stays low at the tailbone, and to go deeper, I can just gently pull the strap so that my right hand is reaching down the spine. Okay, so arms are in place. Now we're going to step the right foot all the way back. So pick up the right knee and find a really long stance. Turn the right toes out so that they're 45 degrees. The left toes point straight ahead. And always in your warrior two, there's a straight line between the front heel and the back arch. Okay, so just find that center point there. I can turn my shoulders and my hips towards the long edge of the mat, and then I bend deeply into the left knee. So the left knee is working to be above the left ankle. And again, you're tracking the left knee out towards the pinky edge side of the foot. So that front thigh, that left thigh is on fire. Okay. Using the strength and the leverage of my shoulders, I can rotate my chest and my hips towards the long edge of the mat. And then I sink a little deeper into my left knee, and we hold it here for 5 full, strong warrior breaths. Can you sink a little bit deeper into that left knee? Can you track that left knee out to the pinky edge side of the foot just a little more? Can you deepen the rotation in your right shoulder by gently pulling the strap or the towel with your left hand? You can walk that right hand down so it's almost between the shoulder blades. Sink deeper in the left knee. We've got 3 more breaths. Stay for 2. And for 1, amazing. Release that strap. Send your arms out nice and long. Find your warrior 2 just for a breath. And then inhale, flip the left palm, reach the palm forward. And then reverse your warrior. Keep your legs strong in their warrior 2 stance. On your next inhale, reach the left arm forward and bring it to the outside of the left foot. Again, if you had a block, you can reach for your block. Block on the high setting or the low setting, whatever you need today. Press the palm into the block or the mat, and the right arm reaches up overhead. The right palm faces down. Okay, so from here, you draw your right shoulder blade back and down into the shoulder socket. Press the left knee into the left elbow. And between that right shoulder and the left knee, there's a really strong rotation. Bend a little bit deeper into your left knee. Press your left knee into your left elbow. Draw the right shoulder down into the shoulder blades and reach the fingertips forward out in front. Stay for 2 more full breaths. And for 1, use your inhale to come all the way up to standing straight and through the left leg. Reverse your triangle. Left arm reaches up and over. And then as you exhale, you can cartwheel the hands either side of the left foot. Remove the block. Step back to your high plank. Inhale, draw the shoulders forward and flow through your vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, or you can find your child's pose. Again, in your child's pose, sinking the hips back towards the heels and find a comfortable place for your shoulders to rest. You can bring your hands in prayer above your head. Or to surrender even more, you can bring your hands beside you, palms face up next to your heels. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms forward if you're in your child's pose and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Everybody, from your downward dog, inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, send the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, palms to palms, palms to prayer. Again, just take a moment without adjusting your hair or wiping your sweat. Just take a moment to feel back into your body. And notice what is alive. Feel the ujjayi breath through your nose. Feel it expand in your chest, maybe in your belly. And then you can gently release your hands. You can open your eyes and turn around towards the front of your mat again. Scrap that. Come down. We're running out of time again. Come to the top of the mat and we're going to make our way down onto the back. Okay, so to come down onto the mat today, I want you to bend through the knees. Bend your hips down towards the mat, and then with control, with your core engaged, just find your hips onto the mat, and then lift your feet off the mat, find your Shavasana pose. Now, if this is really strong in your hip flexors, you can take the back of the thighs and draw your chest up towards your knees. Releasing the hands, engage the core, C-curve in the spine. We're going to hold here for 10. For 9. At any time, if you feel this in your hip flexors, draw your hands behind your thighs and draw your chest up. I want you to feel this through your core. We're going to stay for 7. For 6. Can you smile and stay with me? For 5. 4. For 3, almost there. For 2. And for 1. Okay, extend your arms behind you, your legs nice and long, and you come all the way down onto your back. Reach your arms up behind you, fingertips stretch, stretch, stretch. Point through the toes. And then from here, you can hug your knees in towards the chest. Again, start to make circles through the spine. Extend your left leg nice and long. Take the right knee in towards the chest, and this time take the right knee over the left side body. Right arm extends out nice and long. The gaze can reach over the right hand. And then inhale, draw the right knee through center, pick up the left knee, extend the right leg nice and long. You inhale to squeeze the left knee towards the chest, and exhale, take the knee across the side body. Reach the left arm out nice and long, the gaze over the left hand. Inhale, draw the knees through center. And then just start to rock up and down the spine. Up and down. And then you can cross over the knees, come onto your table pose. Find your way back onto your mat, and then come all the way down onto your tummy. Okay, from here, I want you to send both arms out like a T, like right beside you, and then make your T a little bit closer towards a Y. So draw the hands up so they're almost above the shoulders. You're going to roll over onto your right shoulder. So you can bring your left hand in towards the chest and just start to roll the weight onto the right side. And you can play with the placement of your right hand, but I want you to find an angle so that you feel like you're stretching, almost like compressing through your right shoulder blade. So the weight of your body is coming onto the right shoulder and giving it an internal massage. If you're feeling particularly open this morning, you want to go deeper, you can pick up your left foot and step it behind you. Place the left foot on the floor. And if you want to go even deeper than that, you can pick up your right foot and bring it next to your left foot. Now that's my limit today, but some people will have the capacity to reach back with the left hand and reach for their right arm behind them. But I'm going to stay here. You can close down your eyes. Just taking 3 more full breaths here. If you have your knees, 1 or 2 knees bent, you can just unbend and roll back onto your tummy. Legs extend nice and long. This time the left arm will reach out beside you, make a T become a Y. Bring your right hand next to your right chest and gently roll your weight onto your left shoulder. This time you can pick your right knee and bend your right knee and place the right foot down to the mat. And to go even deeper, the other knee comes up, feet become parallel. Just 3 more breaths here. Beautiful, yogis, and then rolling off your left shoulder and come onto your tummy. Coming up onto your hands and knees and making your way to a final seated position. Okay, from here, bring your big toes and your soles of your feet touch. And send your knees out like butterflies. You can open your feet like a book, so press the pinky edge side of the feet together and separate the big toes wide. Sit up nice and tall, just for a few breaths. If it feels good, you can just gently bounce the knees up and down. Okay, and then from here, I want you to send your heels further away from the hips, so you make kind of like a square between your legs. Take your palms face up and wrap them underneath your calves onto the tops of the feet. And now you can round through the spine and draw the crown of your head towards your ankles. Let your body be quite heavy now. Letting go of any tension through the shoulders. The neck is long, the crown of the head towards the heels. It's almost like any tension can just drip up and out. Okay, just 2 more full breaths here. Yogis, you can unwrap your hands and just roll back up to a seated position. Bring the knees together. Extend the knees nice and long and just give them a little shake. And then making your way to your Shavasana. Today, I'm going to suggest if you have a wall, you can place your feet up against the wall. I don't have a wall, so I'm just going to lay on my mat like normal. Maybe the bolster or the towel can come underneath the knees for support. Do what you need now to find a really, really comfortable position. And this was a very fiery practice through the shoulders and the legs, so I'd really suggest giving yourself at least 5 minutes to lay back and integrate and soften again through the body. Okay, so making your way into your Shavasana, your version of your rest. And wherever you are, just taking a really deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And scan down through your body to notice if you're holding on to anything. If you're holding any tension through your shoulders, can you just like pick up your shoulder blades and let them actually really be heavy and melt into the mat? Notice whether you're clenching at all through your hands. Or your feet. And then just check in with your face. Let your eyes be really heavy. Soften the skin on your eyeballs. Soften the space between your brow. Soften your jaw. Let there be a little gap between your teeth. And let your tongue be heavy in your mouth. Yogis, if you have the time and space in your morning or in your practice today, whenever you're practicing, I'll invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. Let yourself enjoy the feeling of surrender and heaviness. But if you're ready to get up and move with your day ahead, you can start to bring a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. Stretch up through your fingertips. Point through the toes. And then bend your knees and just roll over onto one side of the mat. Just take a moment here to come back to your intention. The intention for your practice, and if it serves you, maybe your intention for your day or for your week ahead. And from here you can press your way up to a seat. Bring your palms to your palms in front of your heart space. Thank you so much for your commitment and for joining me in practice this morning. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.